All right, so we've got a little flow chart for you to show you kind of the progression that we go through here at the gym. So that first bubble, we're talking about the core. Everything has got to start by stabilizing the spine. The most important aspect to train is to control your spine and protect that baby. Once you can do that, it moves you into the ability to start using the hip hinge, and a lot of work can go into creating a good hip hinge, and you can hang out in this phase for quite a while, and it's very important as well. It's what's going to lead you into actual dynamic movement, okay? Which is what the split stance is also going to open up for you, is being able to get into that kind of bipedal movement that humans do, and that is super important based on how we've developed over thousands of years, okay? And those three things together make up the movement foundations, okay? So a lot of times when we go through the movement foundations, the next thing we'll do is we'll kind of focus on our hip basics, our shoulder basics, and spine mobility. And then from there, we can kind of move into some extremity specific movements and strengthening and that kind of stuff. That's where you can kind of start to get into a little bit more of a muscle building kind of mindset. Okay, if we backtrack back over here and see what these things kind of lead to, the hip hinge and the split stance are where we're going to open up our athleticism. Okay, so we get into some swings and lifts and some rotational walking movements. And when we get those basics kind of dialed in, it goes into our dynamic strength training. Okay, that is going to be where we up the intensity, either the volume or the weight that we're using, and the intensity in which we're doing things. That coupled with some of these other specific basic stuff over here, okay, and then that is going to lead us to a position where we can start to really address our speed and agility, okay? So if we look through this portion of the flow chart, the swings and lifts, the walking movements, the dynamic strength training, a lot of that will kind of take care of the speed and agility needs, but there are some other kind of sport-specific or athletic-specific drills that we'll do at that point. But once you've gone through that flow chart, you're then ready to just explode in all directions and really tackle the world and move. Babe.